Hello.
Hello, hello, hello. Hello, everyone. I'm joined by the fabulous Erin from Cheaper and Shells, one of my delightful receptionists for Seasonathon. How are we going? What you been getting up to this week?
Sort of like took a day to convalesce yesterday, just because of period stuff. And haven't really addressed any of the reading that I need to do for this week. Too busy reading things that, like how I'm still currently reading this, which was on my week 1 TBR.
That looks fab though.
Yeah. It's good. It's very Australian.
Nice. I have actually finished this week's challenge.
Ooh.
So I got Amy. And then so I continued with the Wayward Children series and Giant Days. So I read 3 Giant Days and the last 2 Shauna Maguire's? Why does that not sound right? I know that it is. It just doesn't. Anyway, which is sort of finishing your challenge of reading all the books that you own of a particular author, because the Giant Days are library books. So I sort of just doubled those up. And I've read those 3 volumes and the 2 novellas. So it's great because I have so much other stuff I need to read.
Yeah.
We've got the Seasonathon author live chat this weekend, so I need to read The Obsidian Tower.
Oh, nice.
And then I let they pick my next read, and they've gone with Good Girl Bad Blood, which is Bookstara, but that's not happening till the beginning of October, the live show. So I'm like, I might start it at the end of the week and read Dragon Keeper, which is the last of Amy's bookish. I hit myself in the headphone. So it's just like, thunk. I'm like, oh, look, it's my brain. Bookish peeps.
Yeah. So. Also, you could just get out of it the way Vey always tries to get out of the things. So
I know. I don't really mind doing the thing. It's just like, oh, I probably should have made the stipulation of not that one.
Yeah.
But it's fine. So that's what I'm attempting to tackle. So I'm probably going to listen to the Obsidian Tower, or more likely just take the night off and watch YouTube.
That's also that. I mean, it sounds like you're being like kind of ahead of things. It kind of seems like you've earned a night of watching YouTube.
I'm still behind on the pages, but I feel like I'm doing okay. I'm wondering if, because I've got myself pretty much covered for Seasonathon. If I wanted to, what do I have? Non-reader picks. Book shown in any of G's video. Good Girl Bad Blood, Earthlings, Barbarian Lover, Dragon Keeper, and Obsidian Tower. I wonder if I could swap out like Bone Shard and Earthlings.
Yeah.
To like something else maybe instead, so then I can take those off. But
yeah,
I'm gonna like strive to do the chaos, and then if I die next week, then that's fine.
Yeah. I did like I don't need to get to the comments, but I did like someone said they really appreciated that I didn't make my prompt that it had to be like the author that you own the most unread books from.
Yeah.
And I just wanted to demonstrate why that wasn't.
Oh, I'm so excited. I'm gonna mute myself while this happens to eat my chips.
All right. So the author that I own the most unread books from is China Mieville. And 3 of them are this huge honking series here. And then I also have these 2 from him as well. But like, when I think about authors that I have multiple unread books from, the fact that I have all 3 of the series and still haven't started it, even though I know I'll really like it, and like I love this author.
But they're also so chunky.
They're so big, and that's why I haven't gotten to them. There's also technically like another book out on the main shelves that like is Adrian's book that like would technically like it's in the house, but I don't think I would count that. But anyway, that's why the prompt is not the author that you have the most unread books from, because
You would
no, I'm not going to do this. I really want to read them, but I'm not doing that.
I'm just looking at my spreadsheet. Like Ashes and mine combined. I've got 5 Tamora Pierce. 3 Bridget Kepperer. 4 Robin Hobb. 4 Remaining of the Hellsing. And then, thanks to Ren's challenge in the first week, the 11 books from K.A. Applegate that I have been on hold. So it would have been reading 5 Tamora Pierce. I wouldn't have been mad at that, not gonna lie.
Yeah.
So.
But yeah, it really is just like, because I didn't want to set any prompts that I wasn't willing to do myself, and I'm not willing to do this in a week.
Yeah. That is fair enough. Oh my god. I'm like also thrilled that I unhauled my entire Rain and Feist collection before this.
Yep.
Because that was 24 books.
Oh my god.
That 21, because I had read 3 of them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh, well, that's so much easier.
In a week. I think I would keel over. But hello, I'm just making dinner, reading the spell shop today, and it's super cute. I got my craving for bread and jam out earlier, but I think I'll be having that for breakfast. Nice. That is good. I had burgers and chippies for dinner.
I had hot chook, although it was cold now. Like we had it for lunch, and then I shredded it, and then so we had chook and rolls and lettuce. It was good.
Love it.
No effort dinner is good.
Perfect. And all I want to do is embrace cottagecore aesthetic and make fresh, crusty bread. Maybe I'll get some bread mix tomorrow and break out the bread maker.
Yeah, I've been craving to do a crusty bread, but I need to make a strawberry cake tonight, so I'm probably not going to make bread.
I've been loving seeing all your different creations. I'm just like, oh my god.
Yeah, I'm going through like a cake baking phase at the moment.
I'm not mad at this. Mm-hmm. I'm mad about the fact that I live in a different state.
I know.
But I ain't mad at it because it's been so nice seeing it.
Yeah.
And try a new recipe from the book I have that came with it.
Nice.
Sounds
Love
good.
to try a new recipe.
Mm-hmm. Tracy is reading The Wild Robot. I've heard that's so cute.
Yeah. I meant to read that like years ago, like a couple of years ago. Like I had it out from the library and then didn't read it, like didn't get to it, had to return it. And so like it's stayed on my list of something that I want to read, but like my brain is broken, and so like now that I'm like, oh well, like the movie's coming out, so if I read it now, people will think I'm reading it because the movie's coming out, and I can't do that. Following a trend.
Because the movie's coming out, so it's actually reminding me that I want to read this consistently,
Yeah.
which is making me want to pick it up.
Yeah. So like it
Because
looks
I
so good.
already had the urge before.
Yeah.
Tracy has barely read anything this week. Their sister is visiting from Queensland. That does sound like a lovely time.
Yeah.
And it's all good.
Yeah. You're entitled to have nice, relaxing time with your sister. And then back to suffering.
I mean, my mother's currently up, so. Hello.
No.
Erin, that top is so pretty.
Oh, thank you. I don't.
I was
remember
thinking
where
the
it's
same
from.
thing.
ASOS, but like from a couple years ago. So I don't know if they still sell it, but ASOS.
It's a good thing to be able to search on Depop.
True.
That's a lot of pages for one week. Yeah. Yeah, that your stack. No, thank you.
Yeah. I feel like I could maybe, like, if I was devoting my week to nothing else, I could do like the trilogy, like push myself to do the trilogy in a week. But like I would want to die if I was also doing like 2 other books.
And also, like, it's already hard enough for our spicy brains to like want to stay on the same thing for an extended period of time.
Yeah.
So then, even if you enjoy it, like I cannot read like multiple Katie Roberts unless they're from completely different series, and I space one out at the beginning of the month and end of the month.
Yeah, I mean, like, I really like binging series. It's something that I do, and so like I will probably, like, I'm planning, like, one of the things is like I want to read these close together when I read them, so it's sort of like I've got to set aside like a chunk of time, but like I'll be reading other things alongside them. Like, so it will take me longer than a week because I'll like have other options. So like if I like don't feel like picking one of them up at the time, like I'll have other things that I'm swapping in and out of.
And Tracy's got about 7 unread books from one author on my shelves. They're 3 separate series. That's fair.
Yeah.
I'm actually looking at it and I'm quite impressed with, like, I used to go and just buy the entire series, but I've stopped doing that. And so it's like, I've got the first and the second maybe. And some of the older series, like the Septimus Heap series, I still have all of them, but all but the last one, I think. But I'm actually making progress in it, so I don't feel bad. And there's not that many to go.
Yeah.
So, good fun. Hello. Just had dinner, dessert. Still got to take makeup off and shower. First time I've worn makeup in 2024. Boop, boop, boop. I cannot remember the last time. Yeah. You've been doing makeup for Seasonathon, haven't you?
Yeah. I pretty much always wear makeup for videos. And also just like lately I've been getting back into makeup. I'm trying to like get myself in the habit of doing it even if I'm not going out. But I did go out today, so I am wearing a small amount of makeup.
Nice.
But also just like I love when I use a cleansing balm in the evening anyway, because also I wear like sunscreen every day, so I always like want like a heavy cleanse, whether I'm wearing makeup or not, to get it off. But just like the moment when like you're just like melting it all away and then you're all clean and it feels so good.
Damn, you're making me want to put makeup on.
Yeah, just to take it off.
Experience the joy of taking it off. Yes.
Yeah.
I still cleanse my face nightly, but I'm not like melting my skin off.
Yeah. Well, I'm not melting my skin off with the cleansing balm. I'm doing that with other actives sometimes. Been going a little hard with the glycolic acid, so.
Ooh. Keeping it spicy.
I was going to say it's not even going to show full body because it's so close to the. And he's not gay, but he looks good.
Can you hear that?
Yep.
Yeah. They're watching the equivalency of the Great British Bake Off, but sewing.
Oh, nice.
Reading What the River Knows still. It's all good. The Wild Robot is coming to Netflix, and that's why Tracy's reading it. I hope you enjoy it. It's all cute and lovely. Yes, it is. I have so many unread books and series between my bookshelf and my Kindle. I don't want to know. I'm not touching my Kindle. Like, the thought of that petrifies me.
Yeah.
Because I've been working so hard on getting my physical TBR down that it's like, I forgot those things existed. Like, ooh.
Yeah.
She's screwed. I don't think they're that bad, but I don't think they're that good either.
Yeah.
Robin Hood, TJ Klune, Brandy Sandy, Wheel of Time, and they're only on book 4. You got a long way to go. Oh, so question. If they chose Brandy Sandy for that week, would they then have to read all of their collection and then just skip it to the books that they co-authored for Wheel of Time?
Maybe, yeah.
That would be quite entertaining.
Yeah.
Like if we went with who, like, say that they have more Brandy Sandy on their shelves than Robert Jordan.
Yeah.
And then the challenge was worded to be the most.
Wow. Yeah,
that
would be. I feel like if this was actually something that I had to consider the rules of, I would probably like faced with someone like actually having to read that, I would be like, oh no, you don't have to count him finishing off the Wheel of Time series.
Yeah.
But like in theory, if I'm not talking about someone actually doing it, I would be like, yes, you've got to do it.
Well, we can just roll a d20 and see how many they have to get through.
Yeah. And
Love
I'm including in my like China Mabel stack. I'm including the new one that he has with Keanu Reeves.
Look at that cover! It's so pretty.
Yeah.
Mine doesn't have a cover on it.
Oh. Yeah. I pre-ordered it. I was very excited. Still haven't read it yet.
Careful.
Yeah.
I need to wear eye makeup during spring. It stops them rubbing at my eyes and making them red raw. That makes sense. I'm thinking I'm at about 650 books, maybe 700. That's fair.
Wow.
I don't know what my like digital and physical combo is. I obviously keep track of my physical in my spreadsheet, but this has been like a hard effort to get it down to where it is.
Yeah.
And I feel like I'll just dishearten myself if I then now make a Kindle or audio one, because I'll just be like, well, fuck y'all.
Yeah. Well, like I have like all of my like books that are like in my system on my like big database spreadsheet. So like I have like, so like there's stuff there that I'm like, I will get that from the library when I read it. So like if I'm looking at the whole spreadsheet, there's a lot of books on there. There's a total of 747 unread books currently on my spreadsheet.
Nice.
Which is 40% of the books in the spreadsheet. So that's pretty good. It's less than 50%.
That is amazing.
Yeah. But my unread physical TBR is 218.
Yeah. We're pretty much on par.
Yeah. I would like it to be lower.
Yeah. So
but again, also just want to point out, that's 49% of my physical owned books. So still under 50%.
I love it. Just. I thought, anyway, yep. I'm at 229, not taking out what I have already read this month and or unhauled for Ashes and Mine. And then my own, I'm at 193, not including what I've read and unhauled. So, happiness.
We're gonna do.
Yeah, that's not happening in a week. Not even a month. Give me a year and maybe.
Yeah.
I've been halfway through TOG for 2 years. TOG. Is that Throne of... My brain immediately defaults to Throne of Glass. Is that
Yeah. Throne of Games.
Throne of Games? I don't know what the Wheel of Time
Yeah.
books are called to know. Yeah. Okay.
Throne of Glass, right?
Yes. Yeah. Okay. Cool. I thought I was, but then I was like, oh, actually, is it? So I was also thinking, because now that I have found my 6-sided dice again,
Mm-hmm.
do we want to do the dice rolls to control how long we actually sprint for?
Sounds good.
So there is the potential for it to be 10 minutes and up to an hour.
Okay. Sounds good.
I saw it pop up, and as I was hitting show, the text popped over, and so I was like, did that just say chicken slut? Yes, it did. My resident chicken slut is trying to steal my chicken. He's begging and clawing my leg.
I also had my leg clawed for chicken this evening because I ate chicken. And that's just what happens when you eat chicken in this house.
You apparently have a resident chicken slut.
Yeah.
Love it.
She loves chicken.
All right. I realized I don't have a tray. And I had to take my background down because we had a house inspection today. But
we just got our notice for ours next month.
Ugh. Please ignore my shame cupboard. These are technically for jigsaw puzzle pieces, but it's gonna do the same thing, right?
Yeah. I was going to say, why don't you just roll it and then lose one again for a while?
Yeah. Okay, here we go. What have we got?
A 1 and a 4, so 5, which is 25. Is that right?
Yeah. So 25 minutes for the first sprint.
Mm-hmm.
That's not too bad. I'll probably end up controlling the last one to end nicely. But considering we've been talking for 25 and then doing a 25, that sounds good.
Yeah. It's a balanced diet.
Yeah. Friends. We informed Mum that we would love for her to cook tomorrow. And she's like, beef stroganoff. But Ash is not the biggest fan of mushrooms, whereas my mom, my whole family, we adore them. And Mom's like, I could cook something else. I know other things of beef stroganoff. It's like, no, it's fine. But we love the strog. Yeah, so if we do a 25 at 25, that gives us a little minute, and then we can do.
And there's a nice symmetry to that, which is good for our brains.
Makes brain go brrr. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Cool.
Pattern recognition happy.
Yeah. That was fun. I don't know what I'm going to do, but I'll figure something out. There is a high potential I will fall asleep at some point during these sprints. Not gonna lie.
Keep that in mind.
But off we go. Hello. Hello.
Hi.
How did we go?
I read 2 stories, which was 19 pages. They're very short stories in this book. And cleaned up the kitchen a bit. How about you?
Nice. We started organizing Christmas. So
Nice.
that was good, just chatting about where we want to have it this year. Morning. Reading Whiskey Business. Hello. Just finished dinner and now reading Heartless Sky. Erin, I didn't do much reading, but I did finish dinner and clean the kitchen and made tea. So good to go for the rest of the evening. Perfect. Tracy read 13%. And I didn't keep track of where I started, but I'm on chapter 15 now. Very nice.
I'm often bad at keeping track of where I started.
It's just so easy just to start.
Yeah.
How'd you go? What were you working on?
I was cleaned up the kitchen and read 2 stories in this. Like
That's right. Yeah.
The stories are
because they're only short.
Yeah, they're so short. But also mostly very depressing.
Oh, interesting.
It's all like very concerned with the climate crisis.
So very depressing.
Yeah, it's lots of like stories of bushfires and drought and yeah.
So dealable for the soul.
Yeah. Also, like my criticism so far, like I mostly like this. I think it's cool, but it is like very drainingly sad. But the stories are very short, and some of them I feel like she's just like very fixated on like particular themes, and a lot of the stories are kind of tackling the same themes, and I kind of feel like it would have been better to have like fewer but more sort of like fleshed out and polished stories, maybe.
Right. So like combining a couple.
Like there's this like repeating sort of like motif of like being concerned about the ethics of bringing a child into the world while the world is going to shit. And like parenthood and like particularly motherhood and like that's
all
just
of
like
those good fun
repeating a lot. So
yeah,
fun.
Yes, I can understand. It's just like big brain.
Yeah,
big brain energy, but good brain energy, but big brain.
Yeah, it's just like I feel like I'm best like just I read sort of like a few stories every day out of this book. I feel like if I read too many at once, I'll just be like, oh god,
the world is depressing. There's no hope for life.
Yeah.
So good. Reading The Last Map Maker and middle grade usually goes rather fast. Nice.
Yeah.
Sounds good. 25 pages of The Bear and the Nightingale. Very nice. That's another series I need to finish. The Bear and the Nightingale, because I've just got the last one on that one. And here we are, coming up on Bookfire.
Well, you know,
Bushfire season.
Yeah. I wouldn't recommend this one for bushfire season. Fire is very much like bushfire is like very much a repeated theme. That and like there's like some stuff that's like sea levels rising, but like it's just like a real focus on drought and bushfires. There was this one like I think it's like there are a few stories in here that are just like a couple of pages, and it was very sweet, and it was like this from the perspective of this guy, and his girlfriend was like really fixated on all of the small islands that were going away, to the point where like she like got a whole bunch of like the outlines of islands tattooed on her back, and he's like, oh, like it's gonna be so depressing to look at like every night, but in the end like it ends up like being kind of like beautiful and comforting. Yeah, he says like, Jesus, kitty, now I gotta stare at that every night. And she says it's so we never forget. She could be so morbid and dogged at times, but later, when the thin scabs peeled off and left the fine undulating lines behind, I would lie there in the half dark and trace those receding shores with my fingertips, their edges rising and falling with her breath.
Why must authors always use undulating? Sorry. It's just like every time I pick up a book, I'm like, hello, word.
Undulating.
But that is beautifully written.
Yeah. It's beautiful and sad. Because again, it is about the islands disappearing under the sea level.
Mm-hmm. My week 2 vlog's going up tomorrow.
Ooh. I still haven't watched your week 1 one. I might do that next sprint.
You're good. Yeah, the visceral pain that was me recording my reaction to the end of the winners.
Oh.
She was crying somewhat hardcore. And it was like, because I think it's going a particular way, and then it doesn't. So I'm like laughing, but I'm also just like, oh my God, I was so depressed because this is horrible. But I'm also so glad. Like, you see me mouth, thank God. But it's like, people have still died.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like, yeah. So it's quite funny. It was so funny, like watching back, because it's always like weird watching yourself absolutely just sobbing your eyes out.
Yeah.
And just watching it over and over again and just trying to find the good bits of your sobs.
I was like, oh yeah, like what are going to be the most like visually compelling clips of me crying for this vlog?
Yeah, like
to paint the picture, to tell the story. What are the choice cuts of crying?
Oh, it's just, a particular thing. And then my nose did not stop running, so I was constantly blowing my nose, and I'm just like, oh dear God.
Poor thing.
Yeah. So, and then Ash walks in, and I'm literally like on the last page, and I'm just like, he's like, are you okay? You were not okay. I'll come back later.
Aww.
That was quite funny though. I think I started maybe 50 pages or so. I don't think it was a full 100 pages. But
it's a long time to cry for.
Yeah. I like the footage was 25 minutes of me just crying straight. So I'm going to assume that was the last 50 pages.
That's so exhausting.
Oh, the headache I had afterwards. I was it's so distraught, but it was so good, but also like, God damn it. Why, Buckman? Why you gotta hurt me like this? But yes. Need to read The Bear and the Nightingale. I've read The Bear and the Nightingale, but need to read 2 and 3. Very nice.
I read that as Bonds and the Noble.
Same. We're so talented.
Mm-hmm.
And so I was like, that one. Yeah, there we go. That's fine. I just put out content because that's what I do. I don't care if people don't watch it or watch it. It's so good.
I know, but it's good to have the reminder. Yeah.
Like fair, but also it's so good. But I understand because feelings.
Yeah.
It hurts. It hurts a lot. And if you don't want to be hurt a lot, then that will not encourage you. But if you want the catharsis of being in pain, then why not? I'm making such a compelling argument right now, right?
I mean, I'm rereading a book that has made me cry basically every time I've read it at the moment as my wind down bedtime book.
Oh, that sounds so much fun for you.
It's mostly happy tears. It's nothing to see here.
Oh, yeah.
The heartwarming, like.
Yeah. Very nice. Big cuddles, big cuddles.
Yeah.
They aren't all soul crushing, although a lot are. But like, when for Seasonathon last year, I read the ending, the last chapter for a lot of books. I can't believe it's been years since I've done that.
I know, that feels like that happened more recently. That doesn't seem right.
Yeah, but it was Seasonathon last year, and reading A Man Called Ove, and I was sobbing at the last chapter, and I hadn't even read the rest of the book.
Yeah, and also I had like been like, oh, I'll check it ahead of time, and like I read it and I was like, oh, you'll be fine. It's no problem.
Yeah. I'm really not good with old people. Like, I was sobbing, walking and listening to The Man Who Died Twice.
Yeah.
Both like happy tears and sad tears. I'm just like, people stop putting old people in your books. I can't deal with their feelings. Because I just like, and then they're just trying to be all cute and innocent, but, you know, like completely offending people. And then they feel bad about it, and they're like, I just didn't know any better. I'm like, it's okay. I just finished Anxious People last month. That was a bit less hurtful. I guess I still cried at the ending. Yeah. That was the least painful one that I've read.
Yeah. Anxious People is the one that I'm most interested in reading.
It's good. See, I really like books that make me cry. And so if I'm in love with those characters, I'm just like there and emotional and depressed. Which is what I love. And if I'm not, then that's okay. But Britt Marie hurt me. Beartown, Us Against You, The Winners. Us Against You didn't hurt me as much. Still enough. The Winners broke me. I'm trying to remember any other Blackburn that I've read. I haven't read My Grandma Asked You to Tell You She's Sorry, or that whatever one, and Every Way Home Gets Longer and Longer. Is that another one, I think?
It sounds right.
But yeah, I haven't read those little ones. And obviously I still have Ove to read, but I'm already crying from the ending, so
yeah.
I love that.
I feel like I need books to sneak up on me that they're going to be sad. Like, I can't detect too early that they're trying too hard to make me cry, because then I'll be like, no, I'm not going to do it.
I'm not going to have feelings.
But then like something like Nothing to See Here, and I'm like, it's just so sad.
It's beautiful.
Yeah.
Fuck. I'm so excited. Yay. Woo. I was just thinking that the last episode. I'ma die. Jolly good. Yo, bitch is putting this on my list to read. I ain't doing this to myself.
Debatable.
It's
debatable statement. Yeah.
But to be fair, Brittany only rolled a 3, a 4. No, Thursday. Oh, I can move that off my list. Sweet. I hadn't moved off a Thursday. Yeah, they only rolled a 3, so I only have to read The Bullet That Missed and not the last one this year. But like, maybe. Do I really want to read that over Christmas?
Read The Night Before No Poison Day.
The Night Before No Poison Day.
It's like one of the like Christmassy Ruby Dixon novellas. I haven't read it, but I just like I know that it's like they call Christmas No Poison Day. I think I'm remembering that right.
Nice.
Yeah.
I like it. I just updated my incomplete series list and added another 20 series. It's been a while since I updated it. Oh, 30 series. I want to go back through, because what I did when I originally made my series spreadsheet was just go through Goodreads and go through each of the years with the books that I'd read and hover over to see if they popped up as a series. But so many have got sequels, the standalones, like They Both Die at the End, Aristotle and Dante. What was the other one? The Amber Smith one.
Yeah, I feel like a sequel like an afterthought sequel shouldn't count as a series.
Yeah, so
it's like that's just an optional extra.
I haven't.
Yeah.
But I'm just like, why you got to do this to me? So I want to go back and see how many others have now had that, because it's been a few years since I've done that. But I'm also like cranky at the thought of having to do it, because I'm just like, fuck this. Like, no.
That's valid. Valid. 100% valid.
Yeah. So I know that it's not accurate, but it's as accurate as I want it to be.
Yeah.
I say I don't like books that make me cry, but they're often my highest rated.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a good time. I think if an author can make you feel so emotional that you cry, and it's not in a way that's just for like shock value or it's done purposefully, but to fully bring out those emotions in you, it deserves it.
Yeah.
Because well, I dry at a fucking tissue ad. So I'm not really one to comment on the ability of tears, but
but for me, like you kill a dog and I'm like, this is the saddest thing I've ever read, and it's also not fair you did that cheaply.
Yeah. That's the difference. It's like if you just throw it in just for the sake of like hurting people, and it wasn't serving anything,
when it's like it's built up and like it's like you end up crying because you've just had that like amazing emotional connection that they've put so much work into, then it's like and also that it makes sense, and you can see like, oh yes, it has all been building to this is the theme of the story.
I'm
but
meant
when
to
it's
be
just like
shit.
And it's just like, have some sad, cry, because like that's what a good book is, right? If I can make you cry, then I win. Yeah.
The only thing I regret with that challenge is not realizing that a D4 exists.
Yeah. That would have been a good idea.
It's fine. It honestly hasn't been too bad. Like, I still have a lot to go.
Yeah.
But I have done exceptionally well, considering. I still need to go back over and look at your recs for
whatever bullshit prompt I gave you. Yeah.
Aliens set in the real world. Or on Earth.
Alien Invasion set had like some specific stipulation about like basically that it's not meant to be in like the US or the UK or Australia or whatever.
Yeah, but you gave me some good recs that I've been interested in, so I just have to actually go and remember to source them.
Yes.
Yes. Brain.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god, and Kara's fan fiction list.
Oh, no.
Ooh, I've done 3, and they were the smallest ones. I don't read it. The only time I've been reading it is when I'm at the hairdresser's for 3 hours. And I just sit there and I just have my phone here so I can see it.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the thing I hate about being at the hairdresser's, having my glasses off.
Yeah. We'll get there. It'll be fine. Everything's fine. She's not scared at all. The grandma one is my least favorite of his, but the follow-up Brit. Oh. I did not read those in order.
Whoops.
So I've read Brit Marie, but I haven't read the grandma one. So that's going to be interesting. I wonder if that's going to make me hurt more because I know stuff. Do I know stuff? I probably don't know stuff, if I'm being honest. There's not a lot up here.
You've forgotten. It's fine. So I'm never really worried about spoilers because I'm like, no, it's fine. I'll forget.
Older people in books are always so emotionally dangerous to read. I get way too invested. I'm not a crier. I can count on one hand the number of books that have made me cry, and they usually end up thrown at a wall or in the bottom of a box until I forget the trauma. And then you have me with my favorite shelf sitting beside me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 on that shelf made me cry. And then just looking here where I've put some of them, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. I think that's everything that I can see in my immediate vicinity. And then if I look at my series or like over on the other side, there's
just a few.
Just
small selection.
Yeah. I also love reading like hard-hitting contemporaries, which I've phased out of my reading and deeply regretting because like reading Speak Again has just reaffirmed that and the winners, like I love this sort of stuff. So I need to pick up more of it than fantasy because that's where it hits. There's one author who has betrayed me completely and I will never trust anything I read from her ever again. If I read anything from her ever again. Who hurt you?
Yeah.
What? Was it like a cheap sadness sort of betrayal, or what kind of betrayal we talking here? Because that's a very passionate fuck you.
Did it like kill your favorite character that you become attached to? Or
was it fondly? Good morning. Just curious, what time is it where you are? It is 8:15 at night for me.
And me.
Are we in the same time zone?
Yeah. Until like it switches like early next month sometime.
Okay. Cool. Yay. Hi, time zone friend.
Or rather you switch and I stay the same because
Yeah.
there's no daylight savings in Queensland. So we're sensible.
I'm a really good switch. Do you know what's hilarious?
That your mom
I don't even know what I just said.
Oh.
I don't understand the statement I just said. I just knew it would be funny.
Sleep tasty.
You should be fine. The Backman books are only very loosely connected. I cry so much. Books. At this point, a better question might be what books don't make me cry. That's fair.
Yeah.
Well, I'll say fine. I mean, you're probably going to cry your heart out. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's fine. Sleep tasty. No, it was right at the end of the trilogy. After all the relationship building was done, they survived all the shit, and then The Magician's Apprentice series by Trudy Canavan. Canavan? Canavan? She's on my burn list. Well, that's fair. That's awesome. It's 6 a.m. where I am and my baby is awake. So, and I just thought to myself, I wonder if anyone's sprinting yet. And you guys were. Hello. Yes. We will be going for another hour and 45 minutes, and then it will switch to Kim from Whimsical Narratives channel. I've already set up a redirect, so when this ends, if you're still floating around, it will boot you over, ask if you want to go to those sprints as well, if you want to keep going. But at that point, I am going to be a mush potato and need to go to sleep.
Yeah.
Shall I roll to see what our next thing is? She's going to be a mashed potato in an hour and 45 minutes. She already fucking there. I can promise you that. What? I'm living the best life right now. Like, what could she possibly fuck up more? Oh, where are we?
3.
A 3 and a 4?
Yeah, 3 and a 4.
Yeah. So 35 on.
The only green pass that I do.
Ash started reading on Final Fantasy.
I see.
That didn't scare the shit out of me at all. It's so funny because it's normally me. Yeah, like
it
so
clear. So clear and resonant.
Yeah. I mean, he has that kind of a voice. But like my microphone's over that side. And that way on the other side of the living room.
Yep.
But yes. That series is on my TBR. What did she do? Don't get me wrong, brilliantly written, but she was one of the first series I read, and when I got back into reading, David walks into me yelling at a book and trying to bury it in our couch. That's fair. I loved the Black Magician Guild series. But the same author. Well, that's interesting. I can. There are definitely a few books I have thrown across the room in anger, like, and not because they were well written. They made me that infuriated. I chucked Dead Poets into the bin last week.
Yeah,
Actual gamers.
Like, just tossed it. As much as I get you,
actual gamers.
Yeah, look at him go. I think I threw Hobby across the room in rage, but also like not bad. Like
Yeah,
amazing.
The way you get mad at the people you love the most.
Yeah. That one really just hit the like. Shall we start 35 at 20? And then we just have 2 minutes to get ourselves sorted. And I'll probably go do some. It was so funny because while we were talking, I was literally just standing there like talking about Christmas so I could just get some steps. And I'm at 9,705. So it was successful in that.
Yeah.
So I'm probably going to get changed into my PJs in the next break and grab an ice cream and just chill.
That sounds good.
You've got to fall in love with them. It's not optional.
Yeah.
It was like Professor Murr being like, if you don't like Land from Greenbone, then we can't be friends anymore. And I was like, okay. I will endeavor to be a decent human being, I promise. Shit. I've never had my friendship threatened in such a visceral way before.
Well, she's reading Nothing to See Here. Like, either she started it or she's about to. And if she doesn't like it, then I'm never talking to her again. So.
Yeah. She'd probably find that a blessing.
Yeah, a relief. Blessed relief.
Sorry. I know you two have the best banter. It's all good.
Yes.
Everything is fine here.
Moving closer to Sydney.
Nothing to see here.
Nothing to see
We
here.
shall spread. Okay. See you in 35. Hello, hello, hello.
Hi.
Hi. How do we do?
I watched your vlog and read another story in this.
Very nice.
Very productive.
Woo, woo, woo. I got in my PJs and said goodnight to Mum and then watched YouTube while I made sure my library loans didn't expire.
Good work.
Instead of actually just reading them.
Gotta, like, all of the maintenance is part of the hobby, right?
Yeah. That's right. People were just talking about the series. Read that because I love the entire series, but I don't remember much of the prequel. Might have to reread now. Clearly didn't hate it in a way that made me remember it. I just noticed we're talking about the same series. I read them in German and only looked up the title in English. I'm missing the prequel though, so I guess that's the one you were talking about. I see what you mean about falling in love with the main characters. No, the prequel is fine. I read it after reading the main series. I thought the prequel was called The Magician's Apprentice, but definitely remember the ending to the first trilogy. Hi, friends! I have 7 books to read for this week's Seasonathon. We believe in you.
Mm-hmm.
Starting with Ren's prompt, something by Anthony Mara, and was already halfway through Amy's prompt, The Change-In by Victor Lavelle. We'll be doing Anthony Mara tonight because audio. You like The Changeling?
I gave it 5 stars, yeah.
Very nice. Very nice.
I really like Victor Lavelle.
Yeah, they seem to be a really good author.
Yeah.
I can't remember if I've read anything from them or not. But I've heard a lot of people like their stuff. So
yeah, the first thing I read from him was The Ballad of Black Tom, which is like a response to like a Lovecraft story.
Cool.
And I don't know, I always love to see like Black authors reclaiming Lovecraft.
Yeah.
Because he was a shithead.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Brittany got 49% of Whiskey Business. Erin made it to page 154, chapter 13 of The Spell Shop. This Kiwi said, "Hi, Brittany." And they said, "Hi, Jess." And read 7 chapters. My cats are being annoying 3 minutes to the second dinner time and they know it.
Oh, second dinner.
I had an ice cream.
Mm.
That was nice. I walked the dog. Didn't get to anything else. That's fine. Walking of the dog is all good the goods. I ended up hitting 10,000 steps just stepping in while talking. So I'm like, yay, I'm done.
Yay.
But I'm waiting for it to like load on my phone. There it goes. So today's goal, fuck, that hurts my soul, was, for 10,000 a day would be to have 170,000.
Mm-hmm.
I'm at 179,418. If I go on the walking pad for like 3 minutes and get 600 steps, I will have earned a day off.
Well, I mean, like you're gonna like walk to bed, and like there's like other little bits of walking that are gonna happen before bed.
I don't think 600 steps.
No, not really 600 steps.
I can try.
But
yeah, I just I'm also okay to not jump on the walking pad and just see what it organically ends up with. Because if well over, and I don't want to do that right now.
Yeah.
rather
So like
than-
you're winding down for bed. You need to be able
Yeah.
to like relax and sleep.
Oh, interesting. I didn't know they were a black author. I'm finding it slow to get into the plot, and I'm about 45%.
Yeah.
I find like from what I've heard, their writing is like that beautiful weaving sort of style.
Yeah. It is. And also like it is like from memory, because I think I'm pretty sure I read the Changeling Seasonathon last year. It does like he's setting a lot of stuff up. And like because like the character sort of like ends up going like his world shifts, so like we need to establish the stakes of like what his world was before.
Nice. They get fed 6 times in 24 hours. Thank God for automatic feeders. They only get little portions of biscuits each time, but it stops them being super annoying and waking us up at 3 a.m. And it also stops the vomiting that would happen after bigger portions they'd get when we first got them. So win-win. That is fair. Oh, sending much love. We
You're
be
okay.
here. Pat, 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 pat. Much love. We love you. You rest up well. We be here. Taking a
You're
mental
not
nap.
suffering from the shock of finding out how long the second sex is. Mom and I are gonna read the second sex because I said that I would read it with her, and like she just discovered how chonk that book is, and dense and chonk.
Oh dear. Oh no. Good night. We'll see you next time. Yeah. Struggling. I'm determined, but I'm like, oh, my soul.
All of my reactions are slightly delayed. It's like my brain has to think about it for a bit, and like buffer.
Shall I roll to see what?
Yeah.
I'm going to assume will be the final sprint.
Yeah.
Let's not say anything. Really?
2 and 1, so probably not the final sprint then.
That's not helpful.
Reroll.
Yeah, let's give that a go. Well, we know that it was 15, so we can either do 15 and whatever this was, or
1 and 6.
Another 7. So a 35er. Is that takes us to 50?
Yeah, that seems reasonable.
Like if we did 15 and 35.
Oh yeah.
That's 50 minutes. So if we literally just did a 50-minute sprint and then starting in a minute, and then that would take us to 55, and we'd come back and be like, right, bye. But maybe we do a 35er again.
Yeah.
Do you want to start now or in a little minute?
I don't mind, and I can't make decisions.
Sounds good. My ebook is doing strange things with pages. It showed me 290 pages total when I started. Now it's 332.
Oh, that is weird.
Maybe
did you change the
like,
font size?
Or it hadn't loaded the rest of it properly.
Yeah. That's
it was still buffering. That is really, really odd.
Shouldn't be allowed.
No.
Ebooks should be clear with you about how long they are.
Well, that's the thing. Sometimes they even just have the little location thing. They don't even have like proper pages. I'm like, what is this fucking bullshit?
Yeah.
I don't like it. It's not helping nobody to actually read things because we don't know how long it is. But then that's also really good for chunkies.
Yeah.
Because you just keep going.
I have a little thing in my spreadsheet for converting between locations and pages, and also minutes in a audiobook and pages. Because I need to know. I need it to all be like one thing, so then like when I track it on the sheet, I can track it all as the one thing.
I love you. I have downloaded an audiobook percentage calculator.
That works too.
But like having it in just a communal spot would be amazing. But like mine also is like the time listen and the total time, and then it tells you where you're up to, not the pages.
Yeah. Mine is the equivalent page and like how I've also got like how long I've spent listening to it for, like when I'm putting it into my Bookly app for like have it like calculate like how long it took me to listen to that based on the rate that I have the audiobook set to. And also I have like the rate that it would take to read like a page a minute. Like just like to show me, like to sort of like get a sense of like how sort of like dense it is, and also what if it was on double speed, how many minutes it would take. So I don't usually listen to exactly double speed. Usually it's like 2.1 or something, but I want to get an idea of what the double speed minutes are.
Yeah. Currently I'm on 3 times speed just to be able to get through everything again. I was doing so well. Like, I think it's so funny because it actually shows in my stats. When I started going back to 3 times, because I was like, I just want to sit and enjoy the books. Like, I don't want to be rushing through them. And then where did we hit? So must have been August for Pickpockmathon is when I put it back up, because I read 17 books and 5,734 pages. So it was like, and 64 hours.
Yeah. That's a lot.
So, whereas in June, I read 5,540 and had listened for 75.5 hours. So I'm like, I'll sped shit up. Might not be loading properly. Storygraph says it's about 370 pages. Don't know. I'm also going to go to bed. It's 11 p.m. and my array of painkillers is kicking in. Night. Good night.
Tasty.
But shall we start the 35 at 10?
Yep. Sounds good to me.
I want to read, but I will probably just watch YouTube.
Follow your heart.
I should follow my brain, but it's my brain.
No.
There is no brain left.
The brain is clocked out for the night.
And then half of me sitting here like, I think I just want to physically read a book. Or like immersion read. And that's why I'm not picking up the Obsidian Tower. So
yeah.
We'll see. But happy whatever you decide to do. See you in 35. Hello, hello, hello.
Hi.
Hello. How is home?
Yeah.
Is home homing?
I bet it feels good.
How is your sprint?
Good. I potted around a bit and read a few more stories and got to page 126.
Nice.
How about you?
It feels so good. Yay!
That's so good.
I watched YouTube.
Good.
I'm thinking I might actually, when we jump off, spend a little bit of time and pick this up.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. It's been calling, but then brain just wanted to watch YouTube on that sprint, so I did. It was so funny. Sorry, I was just like, oh, like if I roll like snake eyes, then that will be kind of funny for the last one. Yeah, no. That was a 5.
A 5 and a 6. Yeah.
Yeah. So I was like, no, we are not.
We probably can't fit that in.
No. We cannot fit that in here.
Yeah. Also, just like sort of based on how linear time works.
Yes. Still getting the rehab in the home program here, so working on goals today. I got to drive. Lucky I drive auto because it's only my left foot. Hey, that's good.
It's very good.
They're so exciting. Oh, we're so happy for you.
I'm so happy you get to be home. That's so good.
Oh, so good. And yeah, I watched Amanda's second Sufferathon vlog, and it was like more of a Sufferathon nonsense, and I'm so tempted just to tag her in the Discord being like, I was just watching your vlog and you were complaining, so I'm throw this your way. But I'm like, nah. Maybe later.
I don't know.
44 days. That's nuts.
I know how hard it is to be stuck in hospital, and I was stuck for like a tiny fraction of the amount of time that you were. Just, yeah. It's so rough.
Yeah. Like, you're not in your own space. You can't just do your own thing. I feel like having the nurses come around and check at like 3 o'clock in the morning is the worst thing.
Yeah.
Because you just don't get a good night's sleep.
Yeah.
The entire time.
It's so loud that like, I don't know, when I was in, I basically got like almost no sleep until Adrian bought me some earplugs. And then I like just like was out for several hours. But yeah, like also like the morning blood test, I remember just like finally getting to sleep, and then like the early morning blood test comes around and they're like poking me, and I'm on diuretics. So, and I've just woken up. So like, yes, nothing is coming out. You can put as many holes as you want, but nothing's coming out.
It ain't happening, loves.
Nope. Yeah. That's so rough.
This year, there was 11 months. Yeah, that is fine.
Yeah. It was a weird year.
Yeah. Not being able to go make a coffee when I want was the worst. I drink so much coffee.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. That not being able to control like your drinks and meals and everything.
Yeah.
And I had a doctor tell me just like, oh, just relax. It's like a holiday. It's like a stay in a hotel. It's It's not what being in hospital is like, dude.
No.
What terrible hotels have you stayed in? Yeah.
I think for me, because I suffer from decision paralysis when it comes to cooking, that would probably be like the highlight. But then the quality of the food is
you still have to choose from the menu because you got to fill out the little menu. So like it's like, oh, here are some choices. They're all bad, but you need to pick one. And if you take too long, you might like end up getting forgotten in the shuffle because there's lots of people here.
Yeah. See, mine's if I have to decide what I'm gonna make myself, that's where I get my like on the weekends. And lunches. It's not fun. But also like the food's terrible. And you know. I don't feel like it would be a walk in the park, but I'm just like, I suppose like the nice version is an all-you-can-eat buffet while you're on holiday. And you're just like, look, I get to pick everything. Honestly, I should.
Yeah,
100%. I think because Ash and I are trying to be so conscious of the fact to not use or have a lot of food waste because I am so just like, I'll buy this in that moment and then not eat it. And so it's like, I don't have a lot of stuff in the house to work with to be able to make meals at the drop of a hat because it's going to go off. But planning maybe doing the spinner wheel for the week and then having stuff there. I
think that's a good idea.
In that way it's because I literally just walked to a cafe today and ordered a cheese toastie for lunch.
Cheese toasties are good.
Cheese toasties are amazing. I need a cheese toastie in myself. And I've been doing like because I'm also walking while I'm eating, which is I hate it. I'm so excited to not have to do this for the rest of the month because it's fucking with my body. It's not good. But I was doing just like chicken wraps and so I could hold it and eat and walk. And then I got over that because I had it for a whole week. It's just like, and I'm buying so much takeout for lunch because I'll just walk and go get sushi. Or it's like
sushi's really good though.
Sushi's fucking brilliant. No, I'm thinking I might go get it tomorrow. Like, no one can hold me.
I feel like every time I get sushi, I'm like, yes, this is exactly what my body needed.
Yeah.
This is the perfect little packet of like protein and carbs, and it's just like perfect.
Yeah. I got it was expensive as shit. The day that I got the frozen sausage roll. I don't know if you saw that.
Yeah, no, I saw. The absolute crime.
I went and bought a $20 like chicken bowl and it was just salad and like pulled chicken. Holy mother fuck, it was amazing.
Yeah.
It was so expensive, but I was like this is perfect. This is everything my body desires.
And it's like, oh, nourishment. Yes, I did need this.
Yes. Yes. Spin a wheel. They are fabulous.
I should do that more because I do. I just like I like to offload. I would like to offload some decisions to make the ones that I do definitely need to make easier. Because the decision fatigue is very real.
I was just like, so I'm thinking of Bookish Peeps for next year, and that this is my peak chaos year. This year, we can't go any further from here.
No. Next year, everyone can just give you one book and you have like a page maximum.
See, what I was thinking of doing is I love the life challenge, so I want to keep that. But then it's one book off my TBR and then a random choice, and I can pick between those.
Yeah.
But whenever I say that, I end up just doing
You do both. Yeah.
I'm like,
yeah.
But we'll see where I end up with that. But I'm also teetering with the idea of actually launching a Patreon.
Ooh.
I don't know how we're going to go with this. I have the levels already, though, so I'm really excited for that. It makes me happy. But like that, doing the spinner wheels just like was like, well, you know, let my Patreons decide for a week what my spinner wheels are.
Ooh, I like that idea.
Yeah, because I was thinking if I did my bookish peeps, it'd have to be for 2026 because there's no way that I could like launch a Patreon soon enough to be able to have Patreon be my bookish peeps for next year.
Yeah.
And or like I don't know how many people would sign up, so then it's also just like that.
Well, you could have built into your bookish peeps like and this is like an undisclosed person, or like there's a couple of undisclosed slots, and what they are is like once you launch the Patreon, those are some
and then I can just hold it in there.
Yeah, like Patreon can like vote for those, or you could like get everyone to submit one and you can draw a couple out of the hat. But just like you're just like, so like when you reveal your bookish peeps, you're like, okay, here are some, like there are some blank spots, wink.
Please
TBD.
consider me a financial investment as a person. Can we allow you sushi for a treat for Seasonathon? They can.
Yeah.
If it's going off the current group that's in there, the sushi will be filled with human.
Yeah, I don't know if you want to eat anything that any of the guests give you.
But for the sweet guests, absolutely, that would be lovely. We love that. See, Erin is like the most amazing, wonderful, glorious human, and then their ideas are just like perfection.
That's why Paige keeps me around.
Like every so often, you're a wonderful human.
Every so often, I have like a little gem of idea. Like when I came up with that idea for you to read the last chapter of a bunch of books.
That didn't hurt at all. Should we drop that?
Ooh.
Should we just story that? I like this. I might leave that for later. No, but now I want to do it because I'm thought. Why are we like this?
That's why it's Seasonathon.
Correct. I can tell you, it hurt. I still have like the little tabs that I had. So read the last chapter of this.
It's a weird last chapter.
Apparently it's worse in the middle though, so
yeah, well, I feel like if I'm remembering the last chapter correctly, and I might not remember, but it's just kind of like weird, whereas like there's more sort of darker stuff in the middle.
Earthlings, I actually can give some form of a thing, even though I haven't read it. It's following this girl who believes that she is an alien, and her processing her reality and going through a lot of shit in the process and exploring interesting dynamics.
It also, like, I haven't read Convenience Store Woman, but it does actually sort of deal with some of the same ideas about an unconventional place in society and like not living up to what the expected progression and like wanting to go your own way. And
yeah,
like,
I've heard a lot of that being parallels between the two.
Yeah,
because Convenience Store was awesome.
Yeah, her like identification with like being an alien is sort of like, I feel like it's very on the nose of like she feels kind of alien to others. Like she doesn't, she's a little weirdo and she wants to be able to be a little weirdo.
Yeah, Convenience Store Woman is definitely autistic coded. Like, you know that they're autistic without it being explicitly stated. Like, I read the first couple of pages to Ash and he was just pissing himself laughing, and he's undiagnosed autism. The relatability, it's sort of seen on a spiritual level. But Earthlings does have quite a few trigger warnings as well.
Yes, from my understanding of Convenience Store Woman, Earthlings is much darker.
Yes. You know, it'd be kind of funny if I just put in like to any of the cannibals to tell them to read the last chapter of Earthlings.
I mean, well, I made them read a short story. I feel like it's important to give the cannibals stuff to chew on that isn't human flesh.
Humans. Why are we like this? I love it. But also like, goddamn. Oh dear.
Do feed the cannibals, but only literature.
Yeah. At least once every line, if you have a tendency to break me.
You're welcome.
I appreciate it so much. But goddamn. Okay. On that note, because I can barely breathe with giggling, I might send Joel over to Kim to continue sprinting so I can recover.
Bit of a vibe shift, probably.
Go take your cannibals elsewhere and traumatize Kim. Oh, I love it. Gotta love it.
Be like, good morning, Kim. Do you want to talk about cannibals?
Oh, good lordy. Whew. Yes.
It is true that someone has to feed them.
I know. Whew. Okay. On that lovely note, I will be sprinting again next Tuesday. If you would like to join, always welcome. Open invite as per usual. I will be doing an author live chat this Sunday, 10 a.m. Australian time for Melissa Caruso and the Obsidian Tower, if anyone is reading that for Seasonathon and would like to join. And otherwise, we'll be here next Tuesday for the last study session for the month. Where has this month gone? I don't like it.
No, it's too fast.
But thank you so much for joining and the cannibalistic chaos, and we will see you next week.
Bye.
Bye.
Sleep tasty.